website friends, I'm Pauline Wiles, and today our topic is some steps you should consider before you start designing your card website. Now, much of what I'm going to share here is valuable regardless of which website platform you pick, but there are some parts which specifically apply to Card.co. So if you haven't yet watched the video to determine whether Card is a good choice for your website project, I encourage you to look at that one. Also, much of the material I'll cover in this video, there is more detail in my free website starter kit. So please visit bit.ly/website-start if you would like to download a free starter kit which goes into much more detail on many of these steps. Otherwise, what you need to do before you begin creating your website. Let's look first at banishing some website myths. Number one, your website really doesn't have to cost the earth. If you work with a professional website designer, yes, that's an upfront investment, but there are tools these days where if you're careful and you apply some common sense with design, you can create your website yourself for a very reasonable fee. The tool I talk about here, Card.co, you can start with a free plan, and then even if you decide to upgrade, you can create an extremely professional looking website for, at the moment, just $19 per year. Your website also does not have to be perfect at the first iteration. Please let go of the sense that you can't create your website because you don't know exactly what you need there and you're scared it won't be perfect first time. A website should be a living tool for your business and it should evolve and you can edit and improve it. Equally, your friend's recommendation for the best website tools for you may be out of date or it may not apply to your business. Whatever platform and technology your friend loves and suggests, just be aware you do have other options. Website tools move quickly, so there might be things available to you now that weren't even around when your friend created their own website. Next, do not just sit down and start building your website. Before you do that, you must decide what is the main purpose of you having a website available to visitors. This will be different depending on your industry, your products or services, and where you're at in your career or in your business. You might simply want to have people contact you so that they can schedule a consultation. You might be ready to sell something, or you might be looking to build expertise and inspire others, or simply build out your tribe at the moment. In any case, a website is a great place as a central information point, but you may have different objectives depending where you are and what your purpose in business is. At this stage, you're ready to pick a few key pages. Now, don't try to make your website too large and too complicated, especially if this is your first attempt. If your business is relatively small and straightforward, you should be able to convey the key things that a website visitor needs to know in just 3 or 4 pages. By keeping your website project small and manageable, you greatly increase the chances that you will actually complete it. You can say a lot in just a few pages. This author gets her message across with a simple website consisting of 5 pages. This author and speaker, her main purpose is to inspire and encourage. Once again, she only needs a handful of pages to have a very effective website. An attorney now, just 4 pages here, information about him, the services he provides, and importantly, how to get in touch for next steps. We're looking now at a life coach website, and again, she only needs a handful of pages to tell people about her and her work and encourage them in what to do next. An author here does it beautifully with just 4 pages describing her and her writing. And then later on, as you need to, you can add to your website. And then on every single page, I would like you to consider, what is the call to action? So what is the next step that you would ideally like your website visitor to take once they have viewed that page? Here's a worrying statistic. 70% of small business websites have no call to action. Don't let that be you. Think about this up front. Make sure that as you create every page for your website, you are thinking, what is the ideal next step that somebody should take? For example, you might want them to buy, you might want them to get in touch with you, you might want them to schedule a session, you might simply want them to join your tribe or come visit you on social media. These are all perfectly valid actions. No two actions are probably right for different businesses, but you want to be clear what it is that your website visitor should do next. Some examples then of calls to action. A website for an attorney. He wants people to contact him for an initial consultation. So this is very clear on the contact page. Get in touch. Here's how. Here's an author website. She has a free book available to people who join her newsletter list. That's her call to action. Come and get your free book. A golf professional giving golf lessons. He wants people to telephone him to schedule their first lesson. The phone number is one of the first things you see. And then a little further down the page, here's the information on where the lessons are. Again, to schedule a lesson, here is the phone number. This author has expertise to share. So here on her website, a clear call to action. There's a free guide available for people that give their email address. Here's the clear button, send my guide. Your next steps. This presentation assumes that you have already decided that Carrd.co is your website platform of choice. I have another video to help you decide, is Carrd.co right for you? So if you haven't yet watched that, please do. But in this scenario, you will now register for an account at Carrd.co. Start with the free account. You can play around and get a feel for it. Later on, if you do want your website to look more professional, then Carrd is the most reasonably priced platform that I have found. As a recap, Carrd.co is a great choice for you if you want a fairly straightforward website. For getting going, I suggest you start with 3 or 4 pages. Carrd can comfortably handle 5 or 6. Beyond that, you'll need to harness some wizardry to get Carrd to behave for you. So if you can express your business in 3 to 6 pages, Carrd is ideal. Carrd does not support a blog within the website itself. Now, that still means that you can write articles and publish ideas and resources on other platforms. I recommend Medium and LinkedIn as excellent platforms to link to. But you won't be hosting tons of blog articles within your own Carrd website. Equally, Carrd has a few things you can do if you need an online store and a checkout page embedded on your site, but I have not implemented sites like this, and I don't recommend Carrd if you need a full shopping cart solution. So for 2 or 3 products, you're probably fine. Beyond that, I would not suggest that you go with Carrd for your shopping cart business. At this stage, don't begin building your site, but do begin gathering the material that you need on there. So for example, you might have a short introduction about you and what you do, some biographical information. Definitely gather together the best photos that you have of you and the best images that you want to use. I recommend you do not get fixed ideas about the colors you want to use on your website until you know the color schemes of the images you'd like to use. If you have the ability to edit those images, even better, but don't get carried away with colors until you've decided on the images that need to be on your site. Of course, you'll want information about your products or services, links to any other places or social media that you need to send people. If you have client testimonials, these are an ideal thing to feature. And be clear, of course, about how you want people to contact you, what the next step is they should take if they want to get in touch. Okay, so before you dive in and build your website, I really hope you'll think about some of these aspects. A little planning is well worth it before you get into the technology of how your website is going to work and behave. Once again, some of what I've talked about here and some other ideas are covered in my free website starter kit. So for more information on what you've seen here, there is a PDF download for you. You can go to bit.ly/website-start, and then further information about me and my work, including how I can help you create and design and launch a card website by doing the heavy lifting for you. That is all available at my website, paulinewiles.com. That's it for now. I'll see you in another video.